free kick, and he scored two in that game. Wonderful game for Arsenal. First half was a little bit 50-50, but in the second half, Arsenal turned up the heat and they won that game 3 goals to nil. Kamavinga got a record in the dying minutes of that game. Elsewhere at Munich, Bayern Munich lost at home to Inter Milan. Inter Milan have one of the best defense in Europe, and they showed it yesterday when they defended almost all the game and attacked and scored 2 goals. And they are going at home the next week with a 2-1 win against Bayern Munich. So Bayern Munich have a lot to do next week. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and I'm here to talk about the Champions League games that happened yesterday and the ones happening today, because Barcelona are playing Borussia Dortmund and PSG is going to play Aston Villa in the other quarterfinal of the Champions League. Good morning, Nonso. How are you?
Good morning, Godwin. Good morning, sport lovers. Good morning, Arsenal fans. You guys sleep well, but I'm not going to dwell on the Arsenal match because I gave an advice and Ateta took it and the players took it.
You're not getting off that easy.
They believed in
themselves.
You're
not getting off that easy.
They believed in themselves that they are going to get the win, and they got the win. But straight bullet goes to Munich. When I tell you, as a tactical genius that I am, as a coach, a man with vision, if I speak, pundits should, coaches should also learn. Because what happened in Munich, the man they said is old and cannot carry his legs, almost rescues them.
Good morning, John.
Yeah, good morning to you. Good morning, football maniacs. You know, yesterday was one of those classical nights we love about the Champions League. Some bad belly people where they feel pains this morning, premium pains, and we are drinking premium tears. You know, Mbappe nothing, Bellingham nothing, Vini nothing, Rodrigo nothing, everybody nothing. 3-0. That's it.
Good morning,
Gunners for life.
Welcome to the show. That game was an interesting game. Arsenal winning that game 3 goals to nil. Okay, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can join us online, and this fun that we are having here, you can join us online for the fun. Okay, let's dive into the Champions League proper. Yesterday's result: Arsenal beating Real Madrid 3 goals to nil, and the other game happened yesterday. Bayern Munich 1. Inter Milan 2. Okay, let's start with the Real Madrid game. It was an interesting game for Arsenal. If you look at this first half was a little bit 50-50 in the first half. I think I can remember only Mbappe's chance that Raya saved in that first. That's the only chance he got the whole game, but it came in the first half of that game. It was a little bit balanced, but the second half, Arsenal changed everything. I won't say that, sometimes if you play well in a game, luck follows you. Then imagine Rice scoring 2 free kicks in the game. First funny thing about that first free kick that he scored is that the set people told him to cross the ball.
He didn't hear it though. Because imagine
he told him to cross the ball. Saka told him, if you believe, you can shoot.
If you believe.
Then he looked at the wall and he saw his space and decided to shoot. And that shot, that first free kick was fantastic, and he hit the back of the net. The second free kick, I don't even talk about the way he plays that ball. It's too
errand for the gods.
Nobody's touching that. Nobody's touching that way he plays that second goal. Nobody's touching. But generally in this game, Arsenal played well.
See, let's give homage to who homage is due. I saw a clip yesterday. I didn't want to talk about it, but I'm fixing to talk about it this morning because, homage to whom homage is due. There was a clip that leaked yesterday. Arsenal fans went to the top of the mountain in Kenya and were praying for 1 hour. I was like,
super story.
These guys were praying for 1 hour on the top of a mountain. And at the end of the day, excuse me, at the end of the day, the God of Arsenal, you know him. You see, Arsenal versus Real Madrid is a clear case of a rich man and what do they call that guy at the gates? Yes, because Real Madrid, if you look at their jerseys yesterday, at the right side of their jersey, you have the number 15 behind the Champions League. If you look at the Arsenal jersey, there's no such thing there, right? So it's the game between the rich versus the poor. It's the game between the star-studded team of Real Madrid and an Arsenal side full of rejects. Yes. You look at Odegaard. Odegaard was rejected at Real Madrid, having signed him at 14 and giving him barely 1 season to sort his stuff at Madrid. And Arsenal said, hey, come over here on loan. And they saw the guy's ethic, they saw his quality, they saw his character and everything. And they said, guys, stay here, we'll give you what you need, make you the face of the project, all of that. Odegaard stayed back. Now, you look at all this setup. It's a classical David versus Goliath, and nobody expected it. Even the guy sitting next to me, Don in Barcelona, never expected it because was here saying that Arsenal are going to lose, blah 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 blah, and all that stuff. After the initial hype, you know, you are the perfect, you know, head. No. You are the perfect expert at hedging your bets.
I can't come here.
That's what you did yesterday. You hedged your bets, and then you now came back to say that Madrid are going to win. So
speak for yourself and
classic game yesterday.
For the game yesterday,
but look at the most important thing in that encounter. The most important thing was Arteta did not tinker with the defense. He did not tinker with the midfield. He started the first team, and that's the most important thing. Every other thing is binary.
Okay, what do you think happened in that game?
On this show, I'm not supposed to take sides, but if you ask me to predict, I predict Real Madrid to win.
Everybody
predicted Real Madrid to win. Then what did I say? Wait, what did I say on the show yesterday? Godwin, if you remember, I said if Arsenal can go into that game with a lot of belief that they can do it, then fine. That's if only Arteta did not think around. And I said if they can believe. And by the end of the show, we were getting calls from Arsenal fans who believed that Arsenal could do it. And I said it was as advice from Thierry Henry. They can't just go there and play fine football because other teams played beautiful football against Arsenal. Against Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid at some point outplayed them. The other team outplayed them. Lille at the same point, I mentioned the teams that won Real Madrid this season, and I said they went there with a little bit of belief. But if you can go into this game with a lot of belief that you can do it, then fine, why not? And you see the free kick, the first free kick. You said something in the beginning of the show that scoring a free kick in a set piece. He scored from direct set piece, but he has not scored twice in one single game before. And this is the first time he's scoring twice in a single game for Declan Rice. He scored many of those free kicks before, but maybe one in 5 games, one in 3 games.
Where did he score?
Did he
score in Arsenal? Did he score in West Ham?
He scored with set pieces before. Let's not go into
it.
When you cross the ball and nobody touches it, and that's not free kick. I'm talking about when you place the ball.
Wait, as he scored, did they have assist in the
the point, he knows what he's saying. Rice told him this is the first time because what he said in that press conference is that even in trainings, he plays set piece and he hits the wall.
He hits the wall. Yes.
But this one, he just tried it out.
Direct! Auto control, cruise control into
and
the net.
automatically enters the post.
You not that one direct free kick like that, man.
But the passball for person, passball.
You call not direct.
So he scored some direct free kicks before. Some, not mostly fantastic like the ones he did yesterday. And if he comes out to say he crosses it and perhaps he evaded everybody and went into the post, that was by mistake. You score and by mistake we agree, but say you score. Then in this one, scoring 2 in one game was not expected.
Nobody expected that.
No, was not expected.
Even I couldn't believe this.
Because I saw the conversation of cross it, and I saw the hand he did like this. The set piece coach when he said, "If only," he said in his mind was, "If only he can just bend it like Beckham." And in that first free kick, he bent it like Beckham, and he got the goal. Because I don't know why Valverde would just have to move so quickly. And he got the goal. Good game for him. Good game for Arsenal. The rice at London, the rice where they cook for London, they cook and where.
I think it's not necessary. I think the wall didn't set up.
Was not set up properly.
And even if even the commentator said something about that first free kick, even if you put another person in that defense, at that side, you will still score it because the ball actually moved out.
Yes, and then moved back in. So that's just banana. They call it banana style.
It was just a perfect free kick. And scoring that second free, nobody believed the second. The way you do first one, it's lock.
Yes.
The second one, you can't hang down.
The second one, the Arsenal wall stand for that exact place. We put the second one, and the Real Madrid wall they don't put on word. As they blow whistle, the Arsenal wall dismantle, and
as it should be.
And we saw an open space because I think in this one now, for Courtois being the man of the match for the Real Madrid side, for that set piece. He built his wall wrong because he was building his wall in favor of Aldegar to take the second one.
He built his wall right, please. Stop taking shine.
For the second one, he
built his wall where nothing the wall want to do. Nothing the wall want to do.
You say in build, I mean the way we say that Odegaard, in build say Odegaard will take him because from the other side. Make them bend them again.
You don't believe the person will score you first.
Thank you.
You go score the second one now. So maybe the other person go try and lock too. So he come do and say, okay, Odegaard go play. And he says Odegaard and the nice stand for there.
It's what we call the spirit of confusion.
Sometimes
walking in Real Madrid.
I always wondered about Arsenal playing free kicks before. If you look at the past 2 seasons, Saka and Rice have been actually, when they play free kicks, like they want to crossing the ball or play corner kick, they always get their ball almost, let's say 100, let me say like 70% perfect to the ball. That means they are good with this set piece. So I kept wondering why they don't take free kicks. Other guys used to take it sometimes, and Aston have not scored from a direct free kick for the past 2 years or 3 years. When they scored 2 in this one. But let's talk about the statistics in that game. It's interesting if you look at that game. Aston, they had Real Madrid. Let's talk about Real Madrid because in total they had 9 shots. 1 shot just from Mbappe in the first half. In the second half,
very important.
Second half, all of them did not do anything. They didn't even try.
Thank you.
They didn't even try to shoot. Sometimes you shoot outside the 18.
Thank you.
Try your luck. They didn't even have that luxury. I think they missed Valverde from that because Valverde will actually try 1 or 2 shots from the
when they hold your neck, where you want shoot from. When they hold your neck, when they press you, where you want shoot from. Where you no see ball, where you want shoot from. Where you no see final third, where you want shoot from. You want shoot from 18.
You saw the final third, John.
Where you want shoot from. That's the most important thing. Arsenal always dispossessed Madrid just before the final third. QED. And whenever Rodrigo had the ball, in the few times they gave Rodrigo the ball, Rodrigo, rather than dribble and break into the 18, pass the ball sideways. That's why you talk about somebody who has been emasculated out of the game. No chance, no space.
No, so both wings, they didn't play well. Vinny and Rodrigo.
QED. And for all the talk about fluid front forward and fluid front whatever, it's fine.
What do you think about those 2 wingers? Everybody was expecting something to happen from those wings.
Little bit of brilliance we saw from Rodrigo was not enough because he was dispossessed by, I think, Partey and Luis Kelly. And I keep saying it, Luis Kelly is one of those enthusiastic defenders, muscled you out, tried to bully you off your own game, and he was on top of his game last night. Luis Kelly was one of those players on top of their game last night. And for our guy,
Vinny,
Mr. Ballon d'Or.
I'll do it 100 times.
Mr. Ballon d'Or. We did wait for him at Bernabeu. But I think he got a couple of passes forward. He got a couple of passes into the final third, but there was just nobody to bury them. You get? And in the show yesterday, I said it that we're already missing 2 players in midfield. When I mentioned the likes of Tchouaméni out on injury and Valverde being played as right back, midfield don't open already for Arsenal to overtake. Wow. I said it here on the show yesterday. If you go back, pull the clip, you hear me say it, that when Valverde will be deployed as a right back, which means you don't have muscles in midfield anymore. And you will not see a Tchouaméni, so you don't have muscles in midfield to bully and perhaps control the midfield. I think they missed their presence.
I think Camavinga actually tackled well especially in that
Camavinga tackled well. But if there was a Tchouaméni, do you think
Camavinga is another player that they should sit down and give a talking to. He cost his side a lot of chances yesterday in the sense that he's going to miss the next game at the Bernabeu. Yeah, and it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary.
Even before the red card, he got his first look at that. Yes. Rule him out from the next play. So the second red card is just formality.
It's just formality because he didn't miss next game.
He missed the yellow card. Let's talk about
next match.
Then the third goal from Merino. Merino has started for Aston as a striker since January, since Havertz and Jesus was injured, and somehow he's scoring goals. Today he played well. He joined the midfield to attack. At some point he will track back to even help us in defense.
Yes.
And you attack and defend, played everywhere in the field, and he deserved his goal, and he scored the final goal for Arsenal.
He scored it like an artist. Go look at a couple of Giroud's goals from his time at Arsenal. Go look at a couple of strikes from Kun Aguero. It was phenomenal. Just simple. The pass to him in the first place was exceptional. From Luis Kelly. It was phenomenal. And then secondly, the positioning and the angle at which he placed the ball. Now assignment he give Courtois, and Courtois no reach, and May no ball. But it was fantastic.
So if not for Courtois, that it should have been maybe 5 or 6 for Aston, because he did a double save in the first half, did a double save in the second half. Then they cleared the line. Alaba cleared from the line, and Jude cleared from the line.
The worst part is even Ben White helped them clear from the line too.
Is not Ben? Is it Ben White?
Ben White.
Is it
Ben White.
Saliba in the first half?
Ben White helped them clear from
the
second
half.
In the first half.
No, Ben White didn't start.
In the second half, there was a cross in that Ben White was going in and he hit. I think it was an Arsenal defender and they helped them clear.
I think it was the first half that time. Partey header and hit Saliba for.
Now with that, sorry, Saliba no Ben White.
The first half happened in the first half.
Now that first half error and defender even helped them clear out. I feel like Courtois, like I said before, Courtois was the man of the match in this.
Yes, he was.
He was the man of the match, making saves, trying to keep the team together, trying to correct some errors from defense line. And I keep asking myself, though we've complained about 2 men missing in midfield, Alaba shouldn't be starting at left back. You get at least, even if you know get players, you've already sacrificed most of the players in that position. Sacrifice your Kamavinga, he's been playing there all season.
Who's starting in that left back if not Alaba?
Kami has been playing in that left back position.
Oh wow.
Last season he played there. And you
are the one complaining that the midfield has no.
He already sacrificed the midfield already. Now sacrifice and finish.
If you put him left back, who now?
Thank you.
For midfield?
Yes.
Brand Diaz will come midfield.
He's a winger.
He don't mean they play midfield too. The Bellingham go drop deep.
It's funny how Jude Bellingham has been emasculated at Real Madrid to the point where he's playing off position, he's playing off his best form, and then he's sacrificing 90% for the team, and nobody else in that front line is pulling up any slack.
Nobody is
pulling up anywhere in the slack, man.
Bro, Valverde is sacrifice as well.
Valverde and Jude are not the same material right now.
Last season, Kamavinga was played off position in left back, and he still pulled up the numbers. Wow. You get me? He still pulled up the numbers.
Which numbers?
Trameni has been played in center half position, and he still pulled up the numbers. So I'm just saying, if you want to make the sacrifice, finish him. Because I didn't see Alaba complete.
What they're saying is that if you put if you don't have a defensive midfielder.
Can you imagine this setup?
Jude and Modric only in the midfield.
In midfield only. Player.
Oh, well, you're going to be a terrible coach.
Thank you.
Bro. Now waiting nobody expects. Bros, player. Because if you look at that game, there were still tackles Jude Bellingham won in midfield.
I tell you that you would have lost that game 7-0.
Bro, now maybe
7-0.
No. Attacking midfielder.
Ceballos no the bench.
That's what I'm saying. Ceballos did not start because he's just coming back from injury.
Thank you.
Now second half you sub up. This grandpa no play well. Grandpa play beautiful.
Your formation is saying that you want only Jude.
Grandpa, wait. See, don't get me confused. You have
now you dey confused.
Now see, understand this. You have a Fran Garcia on the bench.
Does he start?
That's the argument.
In place of Alaba?
No, he could have.
Or you want Kamavinga to come and play that
guy? As he entered the game, he say he changed.
You can argue, make that argument.
No, see,
don't make the argument of bringing Kamavinga to left back, man. It don't make sense.
Bro, leave that thing. Last season he play and he do it. This season they never put him there since this season because they experimented with Fran Garcia.
And they go put him when midfield.
Wait, calm down. Wait, let me finish. You have your midfield of Rudiger, Fran Garcia, and Asensio. As your three center, don't just make it anything. 3 center halves. These 3 people. Now you don't have a bench for center half for substitution. Sure, you know, if you start these 3, you don't have a bench for center half substitution. You have your Kamavinga and Valverde playing wing back positions for you. Tell me it doesn't work. Then you have your Modric and Jude Bellingham in midfield. Then your front 2. But tell me it doesn't work.
It doesn't work, man.
You cannot tell me you're smarter than Ancelotti.
Thank you.
We know they agree say we're smarter than these people because they're on the higher road. What if you give us the opportunity, we'll go tell you say we better pass them.
They're your Utakara team that you've taken and done things with. Then we cannot talk about facts to back your
I don't want to submit my if I did for this show now submit my resume, it'll be like say I find job somewhere else. I know they find another job. I just want to be a pundit. I'm telling you, as a smart coach or as a smart
no coach in this life.
Thank you.
Let me
coach in this
life
is going to start Modric and Jude only in the midfield, no matter what you want.
I just gave you an option.
Except you are chasing a game. It's different than when you are chasing a game. You have 10 minutes, you have 2 goals down, you are chasing a game, you are introducing attackers in your game and removing your defensive midfielder just to equalize or
win a game. If you're even going to chase the game, you're not going to take up a defensive midfielder, you're going to take up a defender.
You don't whatever you want to set it up, once you want to play auto attack like that, you want to play only Modric and Jude, you are chasing a game. It's understandable. No coach will start without a defensive midfielder in his team.
At all.
Instead of playing a game against Arsenal that is that you know that they can actually hurt you. Imagine Modric tracking back all the time.
Now look at the lineup.
Look at the panic between Alaba and
look at the lineup. You know. If you look at the game, 70% of the tackles Alaba went for, he didn't get.
He was playing against Saka.
Thank you.
You know me, Jude Bellingham no get him. Jude Bellingham no get him. Jude Bellingham no shot the same Saka down.
Yes, now, but he's playing against Saka.
Jude Bellingham, wait, now, you look at it, they just say, thank you. Now, Jude Bellingham went for 60% of his tackle against the same Saka and got 60%.
So what happened to the 40%?
Thank you.
The 40%. Now look at it. You Bellingham now attacker.
No.
Wait. Let me correct that impression. You Bellingham now attacker. He got 60% of his tackles against Saka. Why defender no get 70%?
Do you know why he got that tackle? He was helping her to double. If you double mark,
let the double even when he was single marking.
You cannot shut Saka down 60%. One-on-one.
Even when he was single marking, it's not a game that even when he was single marking the guy. Okay. He still had the tackles won.
Okay, let's focus on Arsenal. Arsenal, Arteta have done well. If you look at the statistics in that game, they had 12 shots in total, 11 on target out of 12. And they have more position than Real Madrid, more passes than Real Madrid. Even more shots on target. Everything about that game was fantastic. Second half was a perfect game for Arsenal, and Rice scoring those 2 goals to win those games. Very interesting game. And if you look at what Ancelotti is doing, saying after the press conference, he said that they deserve to lose. It was obvious that everybody deserve to lose. They know that Real Madrid deserve to lose that game. And Jude was saying too that it could have been more. They were lucky to go away with only 3 goals. And everybody was talking about that game, every player, and they are saying that it's possible for them to come next week to score 3 goals. But the problem with that statement is that for the past 2 years, Aston have not conceded more than 2 goals in a game. It can change. It's possible. It can change. And anything can happen in football, but you can ride on your luck that you have not conceded more than 2 goals in the past 2 years. So that it's possible. But Real Madrid is Real Madrid. You can go to
forget about that statement right now. Forget about that statement right now, because I've been on this show like a prophet before my time, crying that the collapse at Real Madrid is imminent. I was saying it, talking about the poor performances, talking about the way they concede goals, talking about the way they defend, talking about the so-called fluid formation up front with Mbappe and the rest of the other chicken heads that are running around without any position in that team, talking about the way that they keep losing games they shouldn't be losing. And it all came to a head yesterday, and it's clear for everybody to see that Real Madrid were outgone. Real Madrid were out-manipulated. Real Madrid were out-maneuvered. Real Madrid was out everything yesterday. And you are telling me now, because of a certain white shirt and because of a certain 15 behind the logo, that they are going to the Bernabeu and they are going to run Arsenal riot. I disagree with you 1,000 times, man.
They have to believe. Arsenal believe that they can win. They won.
Arsenal have to believe.
Now, everybody believe they can do a comeback.
And they can do it again.
If Real Madrid can't believe, say they're going to do comeback, it could be a problem for Arsenal. But the belief has to still be. See, it's not about believing in the first leg. And in second leg, just going to say, okay, because you don't qualify, more just playing up. You still have to go in second leg and still believe. With the same belief that, okay, you can still qualify out of this. You can still get a result out of this. You have to believe. Okay? And for Real Madrid, that statement is not false. Anything can happen. One phone call to FIFA and they can give Arsenal 2 red cards for no reason. They can't give one player 2 yellow cards for just the wrong tackle on the wrong player. Same thing, we're talking about
negative football over again.
Now, I'm just saying, as a fan, that we've seen it happen before in some cases. Not all cases. We've seen it happen before where you see players just commit a foul and it's not supposed to be a red card, and just by communication, they give the player a red card and Real Madrid carry on from there. And we can see a Real Madrid side coming into that game, because I think before that game, Tchouaméni might be back. Now we see a more complete midfield. You get, maybe in that game you want to risk it all and you play Vasquez. Maybe it's a probability. Maybe you see a more different lineup than the one you saw last night, and maybe the result can come in.
The most important underlier of all this conversation is that this Arsenal team goes to the Bernabeu the way they went today. I mean yesterday.
Okay, for Merino, since he has started playing as a striker since February, he has scored 8 goals for Arsenal as a striker. For Declan Rice, he is the first player to score 2 direct free kicks in the knockout stage of the Champions League. It's very good record for Declan Rice. And let's see.
This is where you talk about value for money. If you pay 100 times,
if you win Champions League, now go still give us extra 50 million. Arsenal,
see feedback.
If we now win this Champions League, extra 50 million is submitted to the East London club, West Ham United, so we can get another player like the Rice and train them for you.
The 150 when they pay, you can get another Declan Rice.
I talk this in that. You
can get another Declan Rice.
If I give Arsenal Declan Rice, they're not supposed to pay 150. They're supposed to pay 135. But they say I too greedy. Say they leave for 150. I call scouts that year. I told him. Then he went to get us a set piece specialist. I think after Declan Rice, he went to get us a set piece specialist.
For 15 million, 20
the one where they get for I think 10 or 20 million. Was
You guys went cheap.
James, now old man now. I think they
You
will get
went
like
cheap.
young man.
Okay.
They can't get James Ward Prowse for us. This idiots can't come carry and go loan. Send and go. No,
You used the entire money now. Went to go and blow on Full Krug and a couple of other guys.
Sorry for the insult,
fine.
but Lopetegui just coming. Can't send our set piece specialist on loan. That time we send them on loan to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest they win match anyhow from set pieces. So I believe as he's back on the team now, make him use these 6 last months of the season, train players so it could be like the Clarice, so we can make more money and be a selling club back as we are.
Talking about value for money, Arsenal has probably gotten
Value
value
for money,
for
man.
rice. But
QED.
let's see what is going to happen next week. The second leg is next week. Arsenal won this game comfortably. Everybody predicted that Real Madrid will somehow win this game, but Arsenal somehow again
Prove them
came
wrong.
into this game and won this game comfortably, 3-0. Okay, let's move on to our YouTube channel before we talk about the second game. And the game that's happening today is a big game. I know that once I saw that scoreline yesterday, I know that everybody have opinion. My phone has been ringing since morning. Cool down, we are going to take phone calls. Let's do other one sharp. So we start taking calls because everybody wants to talk about that game. Okay, Amechi, welcome to the show. You say good morning, guys. Aston was just lucky to have won the match. Amechi, look at the game.
This one is not local. This one is not local.
Okay, Emmanuel Okitipi say no. So this your Madrid formation will leak goals menu. Bro, I'm running alone in the midfield. And okay, Emmanuel is also saying Madrid coming all out to attack Aston will be a big problem for them. So which different lineup? Then one borrow midfield. Arsenal boss them all over. Okay, and Drake Media, welcome to the show. He said no, so he's trying hard to support Real Madrid. Real Madrid losing. Please let us focus on Arsenal. They were fantastic on the night.
No doubt about
I
that.
wonder why you will say it was luck.
Thank you.
Okay,
that's to Amechi.
Then Charles, welcome to the show. He said, Amechi now, why will you call it luck? It's not luck. Okay, finally, Jude Onunko is saying if Nonso can support and positively analyze an awful Manchester United, Real Madrid na small case. But John is just happy that Real Madrid lost. No tactical analysis, just pure banter. Okay, John is happy that Madrid lost. Finally, and Emmanuel is saying Madrid keeper was their saving grace. Truthfully, Madrid Courtois actually did a fantastic job.
One.
If not, that game would have ended maybe 6 even for Arsenal. And I said it on this show. Alaba did a goal line save once. Two. Both of them cleared on.
So because of that one goal line save, now you can say the whole match they don't do it. Okay. They don't do anything. Okay. Just that one, no change anything. They still lose.
He might as well have left it and let it go in.
Declan Rice was the man of the match for that game against Real Madrid. So they go next week Wednesday to conclude that game. If Aston just do anything like this, they play half the way they played in this game. Maybe they will reach the quarterfinal of the semi-final of the Champions League. Okay, enough of the Arsenal game. Let's move on to the next game. Inter Milan going away to Munich to beat Bayern Munich 2-1. Even though that Bayern Munich had all the ball, but somehow Inter scored 2 goals to win that game 2-1.
Now, all of them they call me fake coach. When I drop line up here yesterday for in Bayern Munich, all of them say he no go work. How market, John? How market? Thomas Miller is still old. He cannot carry his left.
But he didn't start the game.
I said they shouldn't start him. That's what I said.
Because they didn't start him, they lost.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
Because they didn't start him, they lost. I dey sit before the game. I dey sit things.
Why you not see Real Madrid though?
After the game, I still sit. Normally, I see Real Madrid, but I said because I'm a Premier League supporter, I have to support Arsenal.
You that does not support any London team, any other London team.
No Champions League.
No,
you
cannot come under that.
In the Champions League, I supported any team that is not in the English Premier League.
Okay.
It is hard for me to support another team, but because I'm Real Madrid, I just have to hedge my bet on this one. You get, but for Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, I said it here on the show last night, and I said it yesterday. I said it. If you play Muller on the bench and you tinker around with other people, look at person you want to even. I felt like okay, fine. Since you want to even risk it, Goretzka should play in that position, and Pavlovic is out. I think Pavlovic is out injured. Paulina and Kimmich should be in midfield, defensive midfield. Then Goretzka should play up ahead, at least if you want to risk it. But me, I was confident within my soul that if you want to start your lineup, Harry Kane up front, Thomas Muller behind him, Olise and any other person, and that was what he did. I think he went with Sani and Olise on the flanks, then Guerrero in midfield. Bro, Guerrero did not offer anything for me.
I think that was the only mistake. I think
he did not offer anything going forward for me. He was just there. I was just there to mark present. And Inter Milan, for the first goal, everybody felt like it was an offside, but it was not. And that pass, or is it layup? They call it. If it's basketball, they call it layup. You get for this football, we call it lay down. That lay down from Marcus Thuram was just fantastic for this guy to finish, and the way he finished it was just so brilliant.
Good game for Inter Milan. They can go and defend with their life at home and win that game.
That's their default, actually. Their default is defend. But for me, I'm actually livid with a couple of players in the Bayern Munich setup. Number one is playing Guerrero in that position. I wanted Olise to play in that position, and then Gnabry playing in the other side.
It no work.
It no concern me. That's the formation I would have gone with, and it would have worked because he would have been freer to enter. Him and Kane would have been subbing that 9 position, and he would have been able to create a couple more chances for the team. Then secondly, look at the pairing at the defensive midfield position, Kimmich, Goretzka. If you have a Palhinha on the bench, move Goretzka forward, let him play Kimmich, Palhinha in the center.
Okay.
Better formation.
If as takes that formation now, it's sweet. That Inter Milan, we're talking about Bayern Munich formation now. It's sweet because we know. Say this is what's going to happen. But I would have preferred, if it was available, I would have preferred a Pavlovic on the side. If he was available. Because this is what thing I said about this man at Juventus before. Thiago Motta.
Yeah, Thiago Motta. Yeah.
You know, you came into the club with these players.
Yes.
It was the same time you were signing your contract that these players were signing their contract, which means you didn't actually want them in the side at first. But they're already there in the club. Bro, use them. Don't put them on the bench and say they are finished players. Use them, because now, if you now need them, they will not want to play for you. Do not say player FC. Player is not giving the best. He's not giving the best to the coach. This player came in. He was supposed to be in the side for Tuchel, but he was not for Tuchel. Now he's in the side for you, and he's one of your best defensive midfielder because of what he did at Fulham last season. Now his numbers are better than any other person's number.
Crazy things, man.
At Bayern Munich, his numbers would be better than Kimmich's number in defensive records.
You know the funny thing. The funny thing about this is that you've not done anything for this club to warrant the right to say you are not going to work with this player. You have everything to prove. You have to galvanize everybody to get the result. When you now have a stake in the team, you now take the people you want out of the team.
Paulinho didn't even play in this game. He wasn't in the starting lineup. Either he's injured or...
Paulina was on the bench.
Okay,
Palhinha is on the bench. And Palhinha is a fantastic DM. I don't see any reason why he wasn't started.
Okay, that game ended 2-1 for Inter Milan. Inter Milan was now going to go to Milan next week to see, maybe try and see how this game. Remember, the final of the Champions League will happen at Munich. So Bayern is trying to reach that final. If they reach that final,
this one.
City should just go and buy Palhinha for me, please.
If they reach that final, they will play at home. Well, they can't buy his 30 years old. Why would you want to buy a 30-year-old midfielder? Okay, let's move on to today's game. Today's game is happening in the Champions League today, and Barcelona will play Dortmund and PSG will play Aston Villa. Barcelona are a team that scored so many goals when it comes to football, but they are playing a Dortmund side. They reached the Champions League final last year or last 2 years.
Last year.
So they are trying to do that again, but they are playing a side like Barcelona that is very, very good in scoring goals.
I don't see any chance for Borussia Dortmund in this game if Barca just plays up to their norm. I don't see any shot for Borussia Dortmund. And for all the talk about them being finalists last year, they are worse off than they were last season.
In the Bundesliga, not in the Champions League. In the Bundesliga, they are worse off. Yes, I agree.
What do you expect to happen in that game?
But Bele proper. Dortmund win.
Please put it on record so that we will not come here tomorrow.
Even if we come here tomorrow, I will sit quietly. But now, see, I'm not hiding under any cloak of Badele proper. Badele will work this night. Dortmund 1-0, 2-0, shut down the fence. Our brother. Say go.
Gracias.
Thank you. Winning goal. Karim Adeyemi with the assist. When we get these two, we now the Baka Highline will now be humble because Highline now, if I sit deep, know who will make the runs. And I know definitely aside from Balde, who is fast in that defense, and who else is fast in that defense, I can't count. Aside from Balde, and Balde will be playing from the left side of the back.
Aruko is fast.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Faster than Jude Bellingham.
What are we saying, man?
Faster than Jude Bellingham. Aruko, they compare Aruko and Jude Bellingham.
Is he competing with Bellingham tonight?
Now, wait now. Jude Bellingham fast pass Aruko normally. They now compare that speed to Adeyemi's own. How market?
He's not going to be playing on the wings. He's going to be playing in the center.
Aruko will be playing in the center.
Yes.
Then, if you compare that speed of Aruko to Adeyemi's own, if you're comparing it to Jude Bellingham is faster than him. Now, compare it to Adeyemi's own. He's one of the fastest players.
Aruko doesn't need to match Adeyemi's speed for speed because he's going to be in the center. Adeyemi is going to get that ball, bear down the wing, and then find Gurasi.
Now, what if Gurasi is on side?
How can he find Gurasi when he has a mountain of Aruko to deal with?
I know.
Go look at area duels for FCB.
Okay, let's see what happens. Barcelona will play Dortmund by 8 p.m. today. The other game is PSG, who is going to play Aston Villa. Emirates has done well with Aston Villa. They are going to try to reach the semi-final of the Champions League, but first they have to overcome PSG. First leg is in Paris. There, if you look at that game, PSG have won the league already, so they can rest any player they want for this game. But Aston Villa, the general transfer window is working, so they are winning games,
no doubt.
and they are going to play PSG. What do you think will happen then? Who do you think will win?
The most important personnel for that game is going to be Unai Emery, because Emery is going back to the Parc des Princes with a chip on his shoulder. He has a point to prove. Okay, let's not forget from his time at Paris Saint-Germain, there was a lot of things said. He's going back there with a chip on his shoulder. And then secondly, looking at the team he's going to be playing, the only problem is going to be the man of the moment, which is Ousmane Dembele, who is in a shout for the Ballon d'Or as we speak.
Okay, who wins in that game before we talk about
other things? There was something you said, and I think we're going into this game with every power in midfield. Because talk about the Vitinha and the Joao Neves and the other guy, Fabian Ruiz. In Aston Villa, we have the Telemans, the man with the vision.
And
telepathic
Amadou
vision. Amadou Onana. And you said something about they've won the league, so they can rest players. Bro, now this weekend they just win the league and they use their starting 11 win the league. So they're not rest the players for this Aston Villa match. They go still play those players who play for weekend for this match. Now maybe next week they go rest players for second leg so they can be able to, their players can be able to travel to London and get up to Aston Villa and get the result that's required. But in this game, I feel like if you go for midfield to midfield, I trust the Aston Villa midfield because they have the firepower in defensive, defensively and offensively. They have the firepower to just see out games. With Onana sitting deep and getting all those tackles, with Telemann making those passes forward, and with Rogers, if he starts making those dashing run behind defense to get the pass from Telemann.
Let's not forget a resurgent Rashford on the sides as well too.
And they rejected Asensio from the, if he's going to be playing this one, Asensio from the Marco Asensio. So
he's going to play.
So I think that they've revoked the rule that you cannot play against your parent club.
You can play Premier League.
No, you can play against your parent club in the if you're on loan, you can play against your parent club now.
It's always been like that in Champions League.
Now, with this game now, you would play Asensio and Malen, and you play all the attack you need.
Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Okay, good news for the Premier League teams. Premier League now, it's official that the 5th place in the Premier League will qualify for the Champions League for next season. That means officially 5 teams will represent Premier League next season. So it's not going to be top 4 race now. It's going to be top 5 race. Yeah, if you want to know how that happens, please go to Premier League on any social media.
Next season.
This season.
By
the end of the season,
if any of them, if Manchester United or Spurs win the Europa League, they'll have 6 teams playing in the Champions League next season. But for now, officially for now, it's 5 teams because of the coefficient points that's happening. They have 2 places that anybody that finishes. If it's a whole lot of things, I wanted to read it but you don't have time on this show. Just go to the Premier League handle on any social media. You will see that tweet or that post where they say that 5 teams will play in the Champions League next season, and read why and how they qualified. You see, there's a whole lot of things. I'm watching it here, but I cannot read this. A whole lot to read. So, but officially, 5 teams will play the Champions League next season in England. So if you look at league table now, Chelsea have a chance. Chelsea have a chance. Newcastle have a chance. Man City have a chance to qualify for the Champions League.
Aston Villa still has a chance too.
Everybody have a chance now. You have one more team. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see who qualify for the Champions League next season. Okay, let's take phone calls and get your opinion about yesterday games. Yeah, hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location.
Yeah, it's Bishop from Brazil.
Okay. What is your
what a game, bro! I didn't see this coming. No way. You can never write this kind of a script. To be honest, Arsenal did not just beat Madrid, they flogged them. So I mean, they not just win, they beat and they flogged them in all angles. Like red card, yellow card, total as class. Like they outplayed them. They beat them like now, but they still have everybody were sweating. That's how ball is being played. That's why after watching Man U do it in speed, I'll be like, this one for that play. If you play the ball, you will not sweat. How is the ball sweating? Come on, I have not seen that play before for my life.
Come on now.
The cricket takers I know is Odegaard and
Saka.
Yes.
And Odegaard is beauty. They have been trained about it. How? Is this a magic or something? It did not just come and score two. The first one was too bad. The second one was better.
If there was a third one, it would be Badamba.
Let me tell you, Madrid is out, is gone. One, you know why? Arsenal have one of the best defense in the world.
Yes.
And also the attack can score. You can bet on Arsenal scoring.
Yes.
There's no way Madrid is going to score 4 if Arsenal scoring 1. You can't write that. Okay, Madrid will score at the home, but Arsenal will score now. Then, what is the profit of Madrid scoring against such a disciplined team? Just with this calculation and this point of mind, Arsenal is gone. Then why Champions League is giving Premier League that slot? That is doing in the Champions League.
They are doing in Europa League.
Yes.
They are doing everything.
Getting to semi-final, getting to final. Last time, sorry, the 5 years, 10. That is performing in the Champions League. That's why you get more slots. Maybe that's what I do about Nigeria Cup. How the MPFA don't get there. Because you can't be getting slots when you don't perform there.
Yeah.
When they make that you perform, they will give you more. A reward for work,
More work, yes.
They need to do Milan, the Champions League. They are performing.
All right. Thank you very much. Talking about that,
Well said.
It goes around even in the Europa League, Conference League. There are points awarded in everywhere. For example, in Champions League, 1.5 points. In Europa League, 1 point, and Conference League 0.5. So if you calculate all that, Chelsea top the table, Man U and Spurs are in the quarterfinals, and Arsenal just got more points. So that's why they are actually going to have 15th in that Champions League. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Okay, good morning.
You see Madrid. Madrid, to me, when that first half was through, I know that they can't do anything again because this Madrid, most of the players, I don't know how many of the players are playing for position because of what? Because of injury. As it stands now, injury is dealing with them. I'm telling you, injury is dealing with them not only in the Champions League. But now also in the La Liga, even before this game now they lost in the La Liga. So I can't actually blame them. I think not for them not to even score shows that Arsenal is they are really looking good. But we can't attach what is going to happen in the second leg. We have seen 3-0 over Bond. We have won the Champions League. It has been there. I must tell you, it's very, very difficult.
Is your tone of voice for me?
The percentage of Real Madrid going through now looks so slim, but it doesn't mean that it's not possible. Even if it's 30% or 20% out of 100, it doesn't mean that it's not possible. It looks like it is very, very slim, and it's very, very difficult for them now because the mountain for them to climb now, after I've just five more on that. And talking about PSG, Emirates returning to his club, and also I think he himself playing against his club. It looks somehow low, I'm telling you, but I think something is going to be done. PSG, since that stage that they look like they are about to crumble, that they are about to crash out. I think it's from that place that they are moving to start there. They have been winning all games, so I don't see anything in Emirates being being the whether it's that no the maybe they compare the midfield. It doesn't mean that the flanks of PSG are not working. Their flanks is both of their flanks is looking dangerous. You even use I think John you even use the benefit to even give an example. So to me, yeah, I think it's going to be very, very tight, but I'm not seeing Aston Villa removing
PSG.
PSG.
All right.
Thank you. See this game, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich. I don't think company would have done anything special. If you like me play Lisa for in position, I don't think. Yes, Simeone is a more tactical coach more than company. Like company is not just. I think one of the reasons why he don't even want to play that Vanilla is because I think Fulham must have done him something. Fulham must have done him something when Bonnie was playing against Fulham.
Okay.
Yes, now that's very tradition. How can you get Vanilla because you are saying he's not? How can you have Vanilla in your team?
Hey, I didn't tell you.
Is it because he is having too much sport? If it's Vanilla that is in Bonnie, won't you play Vanilla is very exceptional. I've seen him playing complete that midfield.
Thank you.
Simeone is if you go to San Siro, Simeone is going to class him.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Is it I make a relegate for Burnley?
Okay, 0706048585. Let's get your opinion about the Champions League games that happened yesterday. Yeah, hello, good morning. Good morning. Name the question, please. Okay, what is your contribution?
What is Aston saying in that place? I don't want to hear his voice.
Thank you.
He's talking of Real Madrid to beat Arsenal. A big club. See, let me always tell you. I told you before that had it been Arsenal has faced Madrid in all those encounters they want to have champions, they won't have won it. When I beat them in 2006, they had stars starting from Castilla.
Yes.
There are no stars now. There are no stars here now. It's just the 4 people they know. They do Bellingham, this, that, and that. Yeah, by then they had Ronaldo, David Beckham, they had Acampation, Roberto Carlos, they had players. And when they are knocked out, and you are telling me Madrid will come and beat Arsenal. When I have the confidence that Madrid cannot play Arsenal, I said it in Twitter. Everything Madrid will play. Maybe everything Madrid will play. That some things they will not be able to play. And Arsenal is that one of those things. You saw it yesterday. Even if I don't need a good spot to beat Madrid. I don't need my good spot.
Clap hand for Arsenal.
Somebody called and said, Merino, we are strikers and this, that. I don't have a striker, but I got 3.
Normally.
So what do you want to say? You want to tell me to go and win me 4-0 at Beneba? I will tell you on that day we will do giveaway. I will go and buy plate tickets for those that will go and score that goal. We will send you to Center Beneba. We will bench everybody. We will play those people that feel that Madrid will score for. You go and score that goal. We buy boots and jerseys, Real Madrid jerseys. We bought everything. We kept them for next week. So that those that say that Madrid will turn around the deficit, we will give them those boots. We will keep them off so that they will go and play and score those goals.
All right, thank you.
Beat this Champions League. I told you that there's no midfield that you can compare to Arsenal's midfield at the moment. This Champions League, no midfield when you be compared.
Talk on.
I like this confidence. No midfield can compare to Arsenal's midfield in this Champions League group.
There is no midfield that will match those people are going on. So there is no midfield that will match them.
Don't worry, I have your record, Leroy. I have your record.
I was scared of Atletico Madrid. I didn't play Atletico Madrid. I would say that Arsenal will lose the game. But you see, back by Real Madrid. If you come out to play Arsenal, you won't be able to play them. But if you play back football like Atletico, you win them. But if you come out to play them, you will not be able to win them.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for everything. That's it. At least I've shown them that I'm a big man now.
Normally.
So, bye-bye.
Bye. Thank
you very much.
That's how Star do.
Well, even if you win again, you can brag all you want.
I like this bragging right.
Yes, 3-0.
Then we say no team for this Champions League team. Say they now better pass Arsenal.
Let's take the final call. Let's see. Yeah, hello, good morning.
You heard it.
Good morning. Okay, what's
your name again?
Sorry, I can't hear you very well. You can call back. I can't get. There's so many noise too much noise in your call. Okay, but let's just end the show probably tomorrow, or let's take this final.
Take the last call, please. Let's go home.
Fine, go. Yeah, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, okay. This call is not working. So sorry. I have to let you go. Okay. Okay, this is how we're going to end today's show. Finally, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. And Chukwu Buka is saying Madrid is gone. They should hope for the next one. Okay, Madrid is gone. He's saying that Madrid is gone, but let's see what happens next week. Arsenal winning that game 3-0. Nobody expected, even if they expect Arsenal to be not up to 3 goals and Madrid not scoring at all with all the squad they have, but Arsenal did it and did it comfortably yesterday. That's the point. Not that they won
comfortably without. If you see Mbappe was like, wow, is this real? But it was real.
After that second free kick, he just shook his head and
he stand with other guy. They learn how to play free kick.
He couldn't believe it. But Arsenal did it yesterday and made Arsenal fans proud. And they won that game 3-0. Today we'll have another game that is happening today in the Champions League. Tomorrow we'll come here and talk about them all tomorrow. And remember, tomorrow Chelsea, Manchester United and Spurs are playing in different competitions in Europa League for Manchester United and Spurs for Conference League with Chelsea. So let's see. Tomorrow we'll come back and analyze what we think will happen in that game. Okay, bye for now. Tomorrow we'll come back and good luck. And I know Aston fans are happy.
Gunners for life. We're on a day. Top knuckle.
All right, tomorrow, Gunners for life. Tomorrow we'll come back here again for another edition of Volt Sports. My name is Godwin. Have a wonderful day.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to
Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. Sports.
Engineer, all of them know where I see. I don't need any engineer.
I somebody say you know God today.
News and politics. Gospel.
And let them have dominion. The kingdom of God is within people.
You guys going to give us now, right? Give them motivational speech. Then they talk to you, boss. Then they give them ginger yesterday. And they give them motivational speech alive.
Ginger way, they pump them up so that today you will come scatter them.
No.